Anyone else have any thoughts regarding cities in relationship status? Do you think it's a myth? Like, you could just put it in the comments. Do you see the relationship between it? Do you think that it's important? Because even though I talked about it last live, and I said at the time, I don't believe in someone moving solely for a relationship or to pursue or going somewhere with the hopes of finding better people. I just think it could be dangerous for women, especially. I wouldn't do that.
I
But
wouldn't do it, but I don't think it's a bad idea, especially if you're a woman in a small community, like how we're like in a Nigerian community. I understand why every few years a girl want to move around, because like we talked about last week, once you stay in a small community, other communities don't think like that, right? They're born seeing the same people every week and they still marry them, right? So it just depends. But a certain type of communities, like we know how our people can be sometimes, familiarity breeds contempt. So if you stay around the same group of
but I'm
people,
saying that the only reason would be like, I just need to go somewhere else and try and get married. I wouldn't tell, because I feel like if that's your driving force and that's your only main reason and it doesn't work out, or you don't end up, partnered the way you thought, you're going to be real disappointed and kind of be a little, like I said, I don't think it's bad to just move for, there's like a lot of reasons. I want to be somewhere different. I want to meet new people. That's men and women. You know what I mean? I have this great opportunity. I want to live in I want to live in the South. I want to live in the city. I want to live in whatever. I don't think that's an issue, but I wouldn't if someone told me I'm moving to so and so, because I feel like there's so many great men and I'm going to go and have a great experience, I would be like, make sure there's other things you're moving for as well. Like, don't go in just with that, because you might get disappointing. But yeah, definitely, I get what you're saying, in the sense that just period in life, period. Sometimes you just need a new environment. You just need somewhere new. You get stuck in routine. You get stuck doing the same thing, going to the same grocery store, seeing the same people, going to the same church. I talked about my experience about going to church and sitting in the different areas of church, and I felt like I was in a new church. Because I was seeing people I never saw before. People were coming up to me, asking me, am I a new member? This is the same church I'm going to over a year, just from sitting in a different location
wow.
within the church. Literally, someone came up to us like, are you new? Like, I've never seen them. Like, huh? But I've seen you. Like, you never seen me. Like, so I definitely understand that sometimes you just need something new. It gets boring, doing the same old, same old. Mia said, the type of men you want, you have to go to places they would typically hang. Are y'all very picky regarding the guys y'all go for? Mia, it's funny you mentioned, because I was watching someone I follow on YouTube yesterday. She had a video, and I know that if I go to the comments, people probably took it the wrong way and may come at her. But she was in Atlanta, and she was saying how, like, she really wants to go to the spot because it's a bit like up class, and she feel like the crowd there is like better, and she wants to start going to places where she sees herself comfortable and sees herself in the type of people she like that will be there, or the type of people she'll want to vibe with, and like on her level. And like, I could just tell, like, for some, how people are so sensitive, and if you these days it's so hard. We know the struggles of being a creator, and there's certain, you have to be very careful what you say, because people may not get it, and it just comes off the wrong way. But I definitely understood what she's trying to come at, because at the same time, we talk about all the time, it's not about just going out. What type of place are you going to? You have to be intentional. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say I'm trying to, and not to say that everyone, especially somewhere like Houston, everyone is everywhere. All right. So you can't have an idea like, oh, I'm just going to go to these uppity places. No, you can go to a very average place and meet really good people. It doesn't have to be all the extraness. But with that being said, I do think that, especially when you get to a certain point in your life, where you choose to go to is also very important in terms of social life, and like, if you're really trying to go out with the idea, like, you're trying to meet like-minded people, because if you want to meet someone who's into a certain type of things, like, it just wouldn't make sense to go somewhere looking for someone when that type of place you're going to is not the vibe that you really care for, or is not really what you're into.
I guess, but let's keep it real, because it's getting a little blah. Keep it real in here, because Mia loves to ask the juicy questions, right? So I used to think, Mia, that I was kind of picky, and I still won't say I'm not picky. I would say I'm selective, but I realized that I thought like, oh, maybe he has to be African, he has to be Nigerian. That's what I used to think. But that's not necessarily true. I realized there's just a look. My earring fell off. Let me take them both off. There's a look that I like, a clean look. And I think that's the problem I have in Charlotte when I go out, and I'm just keeping it real. I don't want no one to come for me. I say this. I feel like the guys I usually see, they're a bit rougher on the edges, and that's not the look I like. Like, I don't like sagging pants. I don't like chains all over. I don't like tattoos. I don't really like men with hair. You know what I mean? Like this hair, like
Oh,
hair,
like hair. Okay.
like
Mhm.
there's like a certain look. I'm gonna just be real that I just don't like. Like I like a really clean cut, well dressed, put together guy, right? So I feel as if, again, it's about like going to the places maybe where you feel like you'll see that, but then how do you predict that? Like,
Right.
how do you necessarily know? Like, you don't like anyone could dress anywhere, anyone can dress any type of way anywhere. And
Right.
dressing is not the end all be all. They can look nice and dress nice and still not be serious,
Right.
right? But I realized that it wasn't so much of, I used to think, like, I saw a police officer on Sunday at church. I was like, whoa, whoo. And I was like, wow, I definitely know he's not African. So it's not like I only am I used to think it's not, and people might think that too. It's not that I'm only attracted to Nigerian guys or African guys. That's not true. There's a look that I like. There's like a well put together guy that takes care of himself. And I just feel as if these days, shout out to Courtney Ryan. She has a bunch of subscribers due to this. A
Mhm.
lot of men don't take care of themselves. A lot of men don't invest in their appearance. And I feel like if a man just does a little bit, he's really going to stand out. Like he's really going to stand out because for a guy, all you got to do is like get a haircut, get a simple outfit. If you dress as Zara, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like Gap, Zara, maybe H&M. Like you just need like a simple, clean cut outfit. And like you, as a man, it's so easy to stand out. But as women, obviously, we have way more competition we have to do. Ron said she just said she don't like any black men. That's not what I said. I said I like a clean cut look. And maybe you're kind of inferring what maybe might be the issue, right? Because maybe the look that I like, a lot of black men I see don't look like that. That might be the
Trust
problem.
me, Ron. She like black. She like black. She
I,
like.
I
She
like
likes black men. All right. That's all she like.
haven't done anything else. Haven't
She's not. She's not diverse at all.
done. Mia said, I don't think she said it like that. What type of men, like celebrity wise, is your type? I'm not really big into celebrities, so I really can't even tell you. Like,
I
I
don't
don't.
like the life. I don't like the lifestyle. I mean, so you talk about looks wise. Okay, if you talk about looks wise, I like Lawrence from Insecure. What's his name? I can't. Ah! Jesus. And Lawrence is.
I'm not really into celebrities. I don't even know their names, to be honest. I don't know if Usher was looking good on Sunday. That's all I have to say. But like, I don't really have like a celebrity like, oh my god, that's my crush when I see him. Oh my gosh, oh my god. I don't have that. But Ron said, I know, just giving her a hard time. Yeah. I like black men, but I like a clean cut black man. That's what I like. So that's to answer your question, Mia. So Juke from Houston, are you ready to join?
They should at least said 5 minutes. I'm gonna share the link again. But
Five.
yes, so when we talk about in terms of city and your location, I think it's I think it's important, right? Because even when people think about where they're going to, you also have to see. I say it all the time. Nana gets on me all the time. Last week was 2 years. I moved to Houston, Texas, and everyone said, "Why don't you move to Charlotte? Your sister's there." It makes sense. I get it. But like I said, I went to Charlotte at that time 7 times before I moved to Houston, and I just couldn't see myself there. You know what I'm saying? Not to say
What is wrong? What is it that you couldn't see?
I think it was just too slow. I think that's one of the major factors. It was just too slow. It was
Mhm.
too slow for me. And I'm not even like a grog. Like I don't look at myself like someone who's I mean, I have a lot of energy, but I don't look at myself like, oh my gosh, like, but it was just like, wow. Like I just couldn't see myself there long term. So I think it's also important, when you think about stuff like that to when you go somewhere to also see if it's a fit for you because you have to know yourself, you know what you're looking for. And like I said, it's not to say you're just going somewhere just thinking about relationship status. There's more to life than that. But I think somewhere like Houston, like my fellow subscriber friend Ron said, it's woo, the women, Ron, the women, y'all.
Yeah, I
I'm
heard y'all trouble too, though. Yashim said Atlanta, in my opinion, is as bad as what people make it to be. Honestly, I feel like whenever I go to Atlanta, like I feel like the energy is like I just know. I'll be like every time I come from Atlanta, I'm like God knows why He brought me to Charlotte. He just knows. He just knows because Atlanta, the
We'll be
energy.
in Beaufort Highway every weekend. You see, he kept you in Charlotte to stay away from Beaufort.
Oh,
To
but
stay away from Beaufort Highway.
Bree, I hope I'm saying it. Bria Monet. I'm in Eastern North Carolina. The dating scene is not given LOL considering a move to the Triangle or CLC. Funny, I was in Durham on Saturday for like a health networking event, and people are there from Raleigh and Durham, and the Raleigh people are complaining there's nothing to do. They barely have any things. Durham, I guess, is more like
They're not close to each other.
They are, but it's not the same. Durham is like historically a um black city, I believe. If I'm yeah, so like it is. They said it's like better in a sense, but then it's still small. But it's interesting that you mentioned a triangle because triangle or CLC, I don't know. I'm sure more people will tell you CLC.
But Bria, I probably saying that Bria. I'm wondering when people say, for example, the dating scene is not given. Anyone who's uses those type of words, can you just give some type of examples? Like, what do you mean by that? Like your experiences. Like, what about it is not giving? Is it the
Are you
people?
not meeting people?
People? Like, I'm just curious. Like, when people, because I know what you're trying to say, but I want to know specifics. Like, what exactly about the scene is not giving?
Right. Jashim said he's been in Atlanta for 12 years. Are you married, Jashim? I'm just interested. Houston women banging. Houston women. Hey, yeah, Houston women. Mia says, Charlotte, you can meet some quality guys there. I believe that. I feel like you can meet quality people anywhere. I believe even in Nebraska, even in Iowa, even in places where people claim there's people there. You'll be shocked. People are in these small areas. People are everywhere. The issue, I think, the hardest part is meeting them.
Crossing paths. How do
Mhm.
you cross paths? That's the problem. Yeah, we know. We talk about all the time. People are everywhere. This same way we don't have the idea that you can only meet someone at a wedding or at a party, like this and that. Like you can meet someone anywhere, but the issue is crossing paths. And like I'll give you an example, like someone like me personally, I've been in Houston 2 years. I haven't been online while I'm here. I'm not really crazy about it, right? And I know that's a big. I feel like I can say that, or maybe I have the luxury of saying that because I live in a major city and I go out and I meet people. But for
Right.
the average person who's not really going out, doesn't really have things to do, doesn't meet people, online is like a big way that people meet people because that's just the truth. Like we have our lifestyles, we're remote, you know what I mean? Like it's more it's difficult for some people, you know? So I get it.
Whereas there aren't a lot of young black professionals here. Okay, I can understand that. You're in Eastern North Carolina. Okay, so I'm not familiar with that area, but I can understand that point. If that's what you want, that's who you're trying to be with, and you're not meeting them, then that's a problem.
All right, Juke, looks like you're in there joining. Let me read Mia's. At the HPUC events, there's always quality guys there.
Oh,
Mia, not everything. You need to go back to Charlotte. You playing.
back to Charlotte, so we could be going, so we could jump around together. Because
All right, Juke, looks like you're on this in the